Welcome everyone. Today we are starting our new web series on YouTube called Meet the Developers. And today we welcome Mayu. He was our sound designer on the project Vivid. Mayu, hello.
Hi.
Mayu, first thing, you did all the sounds of nature in Vivid. You had the task to actually make a plant like listenable to a creature that cannot hear itself even. So how would you make sounds up that humans can relate to as in being a plant?
I think approximation by playing with different sound levels and sound sources and layering them to a degree where it's recognizable for our ears, but still feeling otherworldly because it's a world that we don't listen to very often.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think the sounds are lovely, man. You basically did every sound effect besides of the soundtrack itself. What was the inspiration for it?
Plants.
Just plants?
Plants and tidbits of some suggestions by you, for example. Because having an inspiration is one thing, and then the other thing is presenting it as an idea to other people and receiving some constructive criticism. So it becomes less of an isolated idea and more of something tangible for everyone involved.
Mm-hmm. What was the most difficult sound for you? Or group of sounds even?
Oh, that's a difficult one. I think the most difficult ones might have been the insect sounds, because one thing is having an idea of how the insects sound to me, and then the other thing is how those insects would sound to plants if they land on them or fly by or something. So playing with that feeling of room or spaciousness and distance has been something that I was not fully aware of before starting working with you guys.
Mm-hmm. So you did foley on one side, but you were also like modulating the sounds, right?
Yes, both.
Okay. So for the insects, how does that apply?
Well, first you take some inspiration from maybe field recordings of insects that you want to recreate, or and if there's not, then trying to modulate it with some DAWs and some plugins, programs. I think the combination of tools is what made it the thing it is today or now.
Mm-hmm. Because I know for a fact, like, yeah, tell us about the cricket. Like, how did that came to be?
So for the cricket, I had two Foley sounds that were a bit muddy because of some recording conditions back then. I was only walking around with a hand recorder. I don't think I even had a pop protector for it. And so when it came to mixing down or using sounds, I had to recreate most of them. There were some very handy tutorial videos, for example, of how the cricket sounds work and which part of their body generates friction that becomes the sound that we listen to and that we find to be calming or soothing. And just understanding the physics behind it wouldn't have been possible without resources from the internet, definitely.
So that's the amount of research that goes into it, I guess.
That's a lot of research, yes.
Lovely, man. How about the ambience? Like, we got ducks in there, we got birds, mostly Foley, I guess.
Mostly Foley, yes. Some of the bird sounds are made by me.
Yeah.
So recording my voice and then pitching it to some extent where it's not even recognizable. So it's a mixture. It's a mixed bag of foleys and synthetically generated sounds. Let's say.
Mm-hmm. Working on such a like original game that's never been done before, like making the sounds of nature and kind of trying to immerse humans into being a plant.
Mm-hmm.
Did that change your perspective on plant life in general? And if it did, in what way?
Oh man, what a question. So I think the most palpable change must have occurred on my work desk, where I make the sounds at home. And before that, I didn't have too many plants on my desk. I think I just had one water lily.
Yeah.
And then when I was starting to work on sounds with the knowledge in mind that the game would be centered around plants or plant growth, I was stealing some other plants from my roommates and just putting them on the table just to have the resource directly in front of me. Because I think when someone is in front of the computer screen for 6 hours straight, working on some sounds that are supposed to mimic plant sounds in a very fantastic way, kind of. For me, it was important to see the real thing right next to the screen, so I could, think, would that plant make that sound, or does it sound too obvious?
Mm-hmm. All right. All in all, I can say, like the quality of work you achieved is amazing, man. Some of these sounds are super gnarly. But yeah, I think it kind of hits the spot. What was the sound you iterated most on? What would you think? Like the one you had to redo the most to get it right, kind of.
All of them.
All of them.
All of them.
All right. Some of them still work in progress, or what do you think?
It's, I think, the one that needed the most redoing or open heart surgery might have been the field recordings that I used just to, cut them right or cut out low frequencies and stuff. So I had to go through a lot of Foley sounds that I wanted to use. And I think just that preparation time for the Foley sounds alone was extensive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you built quite the massive library, actually.
A mess of a library.
Also another way to put it, yeah. Yeah, so in the end, I think, like, if you play Vivid, it kind of comes together as, like, an orchestra. And I know for a fact you had also the soundtrack in mind. Like, what do you think about that? It wasn't part of your work? Like, we had it separated?
It's gorgeous. I mean, I've been in talks with Alex, who's our composer for the soundtrack, about his ideas since January, I think. And he delivered. I'm very impressed by the sounds that he came up with, and also that makes me want to make sure that my sounds do not interfere or destroy the immersion that he's creating. I want it to be more of a stepping stone into the right direction.
So after having worked on a cozy game, even just a prototype at this stage, but still, are you more into cozy games now, or has nothing changed?
I think if I had a proper gaming device, then maybe I would be more open for it now than I was before. Still, I think there are some very uncozy elements about the game, some unsettling things. So it's not all just bubbly and all nice. I think if it's that kind of twisted logic like nature is, then yeah, it's more interesting to me now.
Wonderful, man. Last question, pretty much. What are the plans for the future? Will there be other games you provide sounds for, or was this just a one-time thing? What do you think?
Who can tell? I don't know. I would like to keep on exploring that sound world, or that world of sounds, let's say. But yeah, never say never.
All right. Perfect, man. Thanks for the interview. For everyone out there, we'll be at Gamescom. Mayu will be with us. So if you have any further questions regarding sounds, just visit our booths. And yeah, thank you, Mayu.